Um, Good afternoon, guys. Today it's a Sunday morning. I'm not sure about the date, but I know that it's a Sunday morning. I just wanted to make this video just to say that I just realized, not just realized, but like I've realized that the world is so rebellious, so rebellious. Like they will know that they're mocking God and they'll still continue, and they'll make even music about it, just to show that they don't care and to get more people to join them. And sadly, we do join them. People join them. Some people know, some people don't know, some people choose to ignore it, but it still happens, and it's really bad. I don't know if I should say it's concerning, because it's been going on for a while now, and some people just be there and just blaspheme God, and just put out things that just mock God, and they just do all these things, and you'll never know why, because they already have fame, they already have all these things. Some of them, they will claim that they are doing this for God, and you'll see that they'll be cursing and they'll be saying, I'm doing this for God, and you are cursing, you are doing all these things, and you are making other people who don't know or who haven't read the Bible think that this is right. That is why you should read the Bible for yourself, so that you know that these things are not right. Not to hear what another person say or what not, because some of these preachers or whatever, they really don't do this for God. They just do this for their own self, benefit, not for God's kingdom, nothing like that. It's just for their own benefit and their own self-gain, and they'll just add God's name onto it just to make it look right, to make it look nice. And it's not good. It's not good at all, because God doesn't want us to do these kind of things. The devil is at work, and it's really bad. There's a lot going on, like spiritual warfare. It's bad, and these other people who just come and just make fun of it and act like everything's fine. No. As someone who shares God's message, you should also do that message. You should live up to that message. So you cannot just be sharing a message and you're not living up to it. I literally cannot do that, because how am I sharing a message and I'm not living like it? I just I don't feel right after I do that. Like, I wouldn't feel right. I would look at myself and then a mirror, and then ask myself, do you even practice this? Do you practice this message you are sharing? Do you practice these commandments of the Lord? And if it's a no, then why would I even share that if I'm not even living like that? I first have to tell myself, live like this, before I tell another person and correct them that you must live like this instead. But I myself am not living like that. No, it's not right, guys. It's not right. That is why, guys, you should get right with God in your secret place. Because what's the whole point of sharing message? What is the whole point of sharing God's message and you are not living like it, and you don't even have a relationship with God? What's the point of getting people to come to God and you yourself are not in God? What's the whole point? During Judgment Day, you have got these people to come to God, and they got right with God and they have a relationship with God, but you yourself, you don't have that with God. But you got other people to come to God, but you yourself, you are not right with God. And that's just, it doesn't make sense, because what's the whole point if you're not right with God yourself, if you don't have a relationship with God? I just find it not right. So I just wanna say that you should read the word of God for yourself and know what he says and what he doesn't say, because some of these people are just blasphemous and they just say things just for their own gain, or just because they think that their knowledge is more than the knowledge that God has. So now they use their own knowledge to say stuff, but they didn't even read the Bible for themselves. You'll hear someone saying speaking in tongues is a sin, it's of the devil, but you don't even read the Bible for yourself, because in the Bible it makes it clear that is not a sin. Speaking in tongues, in fact, is communicating with God. So read the Bible for yourselves, guys. Me right now in the Bible, I'm in 1 Samuel 16. Yeah, 1 Samuel 16. I'm reading that verse at the moment, and you know, as you read the word of God, you are feeding the spirit. You know, you're feeding your spirit, and now you can see in the spirit, you can do things in the spirit, you can have faith instead of walking by sight. You know, all these things you can do. Just read the Bible for yourself, guys, because if you don't feed the spirit, you're not gonna be spiritual, you're not gonna, you know, see things in the spirit, because what, you haven't been feeding the spirit. And so we must do these things, guys, for ourselves, guys. You know, don't rely on someone else for these kind of things. You have to rely on the word of God, and you have to do it. You know, you have to read it for yourself, because if you listen to these other people and you don't actually read the word for yourself, you'll never actually know what's the truth and what's not the truth. But we need to know that, guys. We need to know what's true. We need to know what's not true. We need to know all these things. It's important that we know these things, guys. It really is. You know? But anyway, guys, I just wanna leave you guys with this message. You know, there's a war going on. We need to pick up our crosses and walk. No matter how we feel, guys, we need to walk in faith, because if you walk in faith, no matter how you feel, you'll still trust God. You'll still know that Jesus is Lord. So I'll just leave you guys with this message. You know, I'm not gonna act like I'm perfect. I am not, guys. I'm always getting tempted. You know, I get tempted, you know. We all get tempted. But if you act on that temptation, it becomes a sin. But if you flee from sin, give it the word of God, give it a taste of what God says, and that temptation will run away or will leave you, because the devil hates the word of God. So if you just give it the word of God, then it will flee.